Yeah, okay, all right.
Yeah,
Chat.
I can't hear him at the moment.
Are you going to be alright?
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah, I got you now. Yep. Why don't we commentate the under-8s game?
Oh,
Here we go.
Yeah.
And it's 6 to whatever FR is.
Yeah.
Spreading it through the hands. Now running it up is 3. Beats 1, and then he's pulled down
It's good when they like if there's a bit of niggle or something like that. But which one is the refs?
Good afternoon on Bar TV Sports. It's the match of the round for the QTOP Rugby League Gold Coast A grade. We are at Galleon Way this afternoon for this round 11 fixture. It's a Currumbin Eagles hosting the Tugun Seahawks, and a chance to try and sort out this mid-table logjam because it's third hosting fourth and just one competition point separating them. Good afternoon. I'm Daniel Herrero, joined by Scott McKenzie in commentary this afternoon. Afternoon, Scott.
G'day, Dan. It's great to be here, mate. Yeah, it's perfect conditions out here at Currumbin for this match. And like you said, the logjam in the middle of the ladder at the moment between these two teams. We have Currumbin sitting in third and Tugun in fourth. So, yeah, it's going to be a really good competition. Tugun have had a really good last couple of weeks. They're coming off the bye last round, but 2 wins before that and a draw against the competition leaders in Burleigh. So they're in really good form.
Yeah, we probably did that remark for Currumbin as well. They went down narrowly to Burleigh a couple of weeks ago, but then probably played themselves into some really good form. They kept Ormo to nil last weekend, 32 points to nil down in this part of the world again. So they sit third, as we say at the moment, 22 points. So they're looking potentially to even jump ahead of Southport, depending on how other results go today. Although Southport hosting Ormo this afternoon as this one goes on. We'll go through the team news in just a sec. We're still waiting for the Seahawks to run on, in fact, so we might take the opportunity to go through the teams. And we'll start with the host, the Currumbin Eagles. So it's Phil Ramage and the fullback position. Wingers will be Lockie Smith and Josh Walker. The centres, Ken Allison and Ben Willits in the halves. It's Jake Gleeson in 6. Bailey Gill is in 7. Joshua Campbell comes in as the hooker. Front row is Pele Telese and Jared Gill. And it's Michael Gray and Liam Donnelly. The lock is Shane Gillum. And on the bench we've got Luke Barry, Liam Thompson, Harry Wecker, and also Brock Stiles. For the Seahawks, it's Corey Morris at fullback. Then we've got Lachlan Watt and Macaulay Dawson on the wings. As it looks like we're just about to get a kick-off. It will be Cody Parsons and Tim Cassidy, the centres for the Seahawks. Jacob Grant, the 5'8", Sam Maskell, is at halfback. William Johnston, the hooker. As they get us underway now, we'll just keep going through the teams as we see the first set. It'll be Josh Harvey and Nick Harold, the props for Tugun. Ethan Roberts is in 11. Rory Lillis is in 12. Isaac Warboy's the lock. And an interchange of Levi Norton, Blake Zillman, Nathaniel Swan and Sam Ely. So it is, of course, Tugun getting first use of the ball, and they've been hemmed in a little bit so far. It's a good defensive set at the moment for Currumbin. Now a chance to try and take a few metres on that far side. Be looking for a decent kick to try and make some metres here. It's going to get gathered up by Ramage.
That was a really good first opening set there from the Eagles in defence. They put a lot of pressure off from the kickoff. There was some really strong contact in some of the tackles there as well. They'd be really happy with where they've gathered the ball here. It's early on in the tackle count, and they're well into the Tugun's end of the field.
So Donnelly is gathered up by a couple just on the attacking side of the 40. Pelatelise manages an offload. It's Campbell that came down with it in the end. Spread to Bailey Gill. Little kick goes over. Can they bring this one in? Not quite. It's going to go touching goal.
Yeah, just couldn't get the bounce of the footy on that play. It was definitely on. There was space open out on this out-hand side, the right-hand side, I should say, from Josh Walker. So, yeah, it was the right call. Now, there's players that are offside here for Currumbin. They managed to get back on a little bit eager again, but really shows the intensity of the Eagles early on in this match. They're looking good so far.
And just to gain a couple more metres as he's wrestled down. It's a better run. That's Nick Harold making about another 10 metres for the Seahawks. Good pick up from dummy half, but they get, and Ethan Roberts manages to rumble a few more yards in contact, and it's going to be a penalty.
Yeah, great run from Roberts there. He just tucked the ball underneath. A good leg drive coming into the tackle, and Gill getting his hands on the football there. The referee deeming he didn't get out of the ruck in time, so it's going to be a penalty and a repeat set here to Tugun.
And in a decent position too that they're starting from. So a real plum opportunity now. There's Roberts again, and again he takes some stopping.
He might be injured here. A little bit slow to get to his feet. He rolls the ball now.
Gingy was twisted. They put it through the hands now, and they spread it a bit wider. Cassidy, he's got it away. And into touch it goes.
Yeah, nice work there from Tugun. They didn't die wondering on that play. They shifted out to the right-hand edge of the field. Cassidy, like you said there, Daniel, get on the outside of his man, try to create that 2-on-1 overlap, but they just end up running out of space on the end, and they turn the ball over, so it'll be scrum feed here to the Currumbin Eagles. But nice recovery from Tugun in that set, and it really flowed off the back of that penalty in the ruck there from Bailey Gill. But Currumbin, they've got a lot of work to do to get out of their end of the field here. Let's see how they go with a little bit of pressure on them this time around.
So the Eagles, this will be the first time that they're coming out of their own red zone, so to speak. They shift it. It's Liam Donnelly. In fact, he got it away, did he?
Yeah, it was a nice offload there, so they're looking dangerous the few times where they have managed to get offloads. That one's a little bit high over the shoulder. Play on's a call. Last tackle now.
And the kick will go straight back to the fullback, so a chance for Corey Morris to run it up. It wasn't a bad chase. He'd managed to evade a couple, and now they do bring him down successfully. Strong carry from, I think that was Walker, who was bringing that up for Tugun. Quick one out of dummy half. They're wise to it. There's Josh Campbell, who's come into the starting side again today, in number 9. Decent set again for Tugun. Cody Parsons, that is, who's back in the centres this afternoon. I've seen him move between centres in the second row. They've gone the aerial route. And this is an awkward one. In fact, it's fallen in the hands of, was that Jake Gleeson, I think. And it's going to be a try.
Well, it was just a perfect kick, wasn't it? It was just right up against the uprights there. Ramage got himself underneath the football to try and take it, but spilt it, and it just fell right in the hands of the Tugun players streaming through. So nice kick from Tugun, but they've really worked themselves into this match nicely now. They've had the rub of the green in the last 5 or so minutes, and they get the opening try of the match.
I usually say they should aim for the post, but that's more for the ones that they play along the ground rather than when they go the high ball at the end of the set, but it worked pretty well for them. It was Phil Ramage who just got caught just trying to judge where the posts were. I think, in fact, it did get in the way of him. So we've gone to 4-0 in favour of the visitors, and pretty soon it should be 6. Sam Meskel with kicking duties again this afternoon for the Seahawks. He's taking his time. There should be no trouble at all, and it isn't. And it is 6-0 to the visitors.
Yeah, I think the coaching staff will be pretty happy in the end with the way that Tugun's turned up here. It is always a hard assignment when you're coming away playing on the road, although it's a local derby. They haven't had to travel too far to come up against Currumbin this afternoon, but they've showed some good intensity. It was all the Currumbin side, like we said early on in the match, but once they got their hands onto the football, they worked themselves into the game really nicely as well, Tugun, and they've come away with the first points of this match.
So the deep kick-off, we get underway again. We'll bring in the guest that's up in commentary with us. He's just joined us. Is Aaron Whitaker, the strapper from the Currumbin Eagles. Welcome, Aaron. You're probably not liking what you've seen just in the last couple of minutes, but an important game this afternoon for your boys. You reckon they're up for it?
They're always up for it, mate. Always a good clash between Tugun and Currumbin. Battle of the swamps, so to speak. But it's just a matter of being patient, getting into the grind for the Currumbin boys. They haven't had much of the ball in this first part of the game, and what ball they've had, they've been coming out of the red zone. So, good try. Good pressure by Corey Morris. It just doesn't take someone to...
Yeah, it might be on here for Gill. Oh, unlucky. Yeah, it was. I don't even think it was really a charge down attempt. It almost got kicked into the backside of Gill, and if he got a toe onto that football again, I reckon he might have been able to pick that one up and go against the grain there and get the try there for Currumbin.
Absolutely, he might have been able to toe it forward. But just as I was saying, with the pressure that Corey Morris put on Phil Ramage, if he didn't do that, well then, he would have caught the bill nicely. So, those little one-percenters, as they call it, doing those pressure moves certainly helps. So, 6-0 to the Hawks at the moment.
The Hawks got away with that one, and now they've managed to get this one over the halfway. And eventually the man is put down. It's last tackle. And again, it's a high one, so they'll look to try and challenge. For this one, it's knocked forward. It's picked up. And still a chance for Tugun. It's 6 again, although they're looking for an offload maybe. Not quite. That's Ethan Roberts, who plays the ball now. So it's another set for the Seahawks in a good area. Warboys has just stopped just before the line. They come back infield and spread it. It's a loose pass. It's spilt by Jacob Grant.
Well, they're lucky to get away with that one in the end, weren't they? It was that pressure coming through off the kick. It was Corey Morris streaming through. It might have been lucky to get away with it. It didn't look like he actually wanted to take the football at any time, but just did enough to make these outside backs for Currumbin a little bit nervous again under the high ball, wasn't it?
Yeah, obviously Clint's done his homework, and we might be seeing a few bombs this afternoon. So that's the second one, nearly resulted to a try there as well, but... certainly have to put a bit of protection there for our kickers. Maybe the centres need to get him and protect the wingers, and everyone else has to get in and protect the fullbacks. So, see what we do here with the ball.
It's the Eagles that are with it. Goes back inside. It's Jared Gill, I think, hitting it up. I'm getting the nod from Aaron off to my right, helpfully. And then the kick early in the set. It's turned them around. Is it going to hold up, or is it going to keep dribbling? It is. It goes dead.
Yeah, I like the option of the early kick, but you can see he's retrieving it from behind the shed over there. That's how much he got behind it. So just the execution lacking on that last play. And they try to catch the Tugun side on the back foot and turn them around and pin them into the corner, but the execution just wasn't there.
Yeah, definitely early kick was on, but just went a bit too far. But 7 tackles set now to the Tugun Seahawks. So hopefully they might just have to put a bit of glue on that ball and hold it up and then goal.
Yeah.
So there we go. This one is from... dummy half, I think it was Morris. I managed to get it away now. Goes Parsons. They do pull him down.
He looks dangerous out on this left edge, Cody Parsons.
I'm just going to go coast to coast here. Lillis comes back inside. Rory Lillis playing the ball. Quick little shimmy from Meskel, and then the offload, and that's gone forward.
Yeah, referee right on the spot to call that. And went a little short side play on that occasion. They're really throwing a lot of questions at the Currumbin side. We saw in that set they really went from side to side, and then they tried a little short side raid to finish that one off. If that final pass goes backwards, I think they're in trouble.
They could have probably actually scored the play before that, because they had a 3-on-2 situation there, and Rory Lillis, he come back inside and he had Tim Cassidy wide open on a 3-on-2 play, and then they tried to go down the short side again, but to no avail with the forward pass.
So again, the Eagles have been given a let-off, but again they're bringing it back out from deep in their own territory. Rising gingerly, was it Willits, I think, who just looked a little bit sore as he was getting to his feet. This takes 4 to wrap up Pelatelese. Gill is brought to ground. And bomb is up from, it was Harry Wecker. It's taken fairly comfortably in the end by Corey Morris. But he's met by a decent chase. See if the Eagles can try and hem them in here. Decent offload. They couldn't find the gap though. That was Nick Harrold that was brought to ground. Now the 5th, and again they go up. Jacob Grant sends it high. This one is a more comfortable take for Josh Walker.
Yeah, better there for Currumbin. They didn't really have that defensive pressure coming through from Tugun like they have on the previous 2 times that they've sent that ball up in the air, so it wasn't really too hard for Joshy Walker out on this right-hand side to take that last bomb. Nice defence. Probably you can really see the 2 different styles at the moment between the teams. Currumbin really looking to play in the middle third early on throughout this match. Nice kick though from here. Now does it hold up in the in-goal area this time? It just trickles over. So just not quite getting the rub of the green. They at least adjusted from last time because it went right behind the old back shed. That just goes over the in-goal area on this occasion.
Yeah, Bailey Gill was he was definitely inside his 40, so he was looking for the 40-20, but just the bounce went the wrong way. Another 7 tackle set for Tugun.
So there's, judging by the palm trees in the distance, there's not a lot of breeze about, so it's just about adjusting the length at the moment, as you say. As Tugun try and work this one up again. Here's Nick Harrold. He got it away, although they've spilt it. Currumbin will benefit. In fact, gone the other way, have we?
Yeah, it's come off the hand there of Michael Gray. Just stuck the old right Duke out there, trying to pull that one back in, so it'll be a scrum feed here to Tugun and more pressure on Currumbin.
Just while they're having a scrum, boys, just like a big shout out to everybody over in the WA watching us live. Chris Gray and all the boys over there. I believe you're live streaming and watching us, so we appreciate that. All your support. That's good. Thank you.
Indeed. I always wonder how far and wide we do get watched. Obviously, that's gone forward as well by the look of it. Yep.
Yeah,
so the Eagles get that straight back. I always wonder sometimes how far and wide we get watched, even it's a live stream, but it is going all around the place. So
heaps of Currumbin fans all over the place, mate?
Yeah, absolutely. We're everywhere. Over in New Zealand, down in the hometown of Christchurch, down in Canterbury there. They watch a few of the games as well, live stream, and it's it's a great objective that you guys are doing, and yeah, we certainly appreciate it, getting the game of rugby league to everywhere, and great concept from the Gold Coast District Rugby League as well. So yeah, no, we appreciate it. The boys, getting a bit of coverage.
Is there a bit of chat amongst the boys after the games get live streamed, watching a couple of mistakes and highlight reels and everything like that throughout the week?
Yeah, well, we always video the games anyway to just get that self-analysis and video analysis of the game, of individuals and of the team. So this way's another way of doing that as well.
It's Gleeson. They keep going. Other way, it ends up with Pelletelese. It's a big lump of a man, and he's hard to pull down. One of the veterans in the Eagles team. And now Bailey Gill. Managed to stop him, but they're in some decent position. Last tackle now. What are they going to do with it here? It's going to get dribbled in behind. It's fielded well, though, and in fact, there's a chance here. Big danger pulling down. Oh, that's a great tackle. In fact, he's wrestled.
Wow.
Dragged over the ground. Lachlan Watt thought he was away, but he got collared.
Well, I just had flashbacks to an Origin back in the early 2000s. Gordon Tallis getting his hands on Hodgson. That was exactly what it was. Big man against small man. Just grabbed him by the scruff of the neck and just pure power drags him over the sideline. That's a huge play. If he gets on the outside of Pelletelese on that occasion, he's gone.
Absolutely. Big play by Pal there. That's what it's all about, and that's what the Eagles have been about this year, just that extra bit of attitude. He could have let him go, but Pal's a competitor on every play, and he dragged him out to the sideline, and now we get the ball. So great effort there by Pal.
And of course, Pelly's one of 3 players that's played every match for the Eagles so far. Just tell us about his... in fact, we got one breaking through. Michael Gray nearly got through. He got pulled down in the end. He managed to hold that one, although the pass was out in front of Allison, but he gathered it up in the end. And so you just, in fact, this is some good work through the hands at the moment. Searching and probing. And that's Jared Gill, who is tackled now. Oh, it's pulled out. Has that gone backwards or not? No. It's been adjudged to have gone forward. So you're just talking about Pell, of course. One of the veterans and a real leader for the Eagles team.
Oh, very much so, on and off the field. He's just a real gentleman, to be fair. He leads by examples. He is a big beast of a man, and just looking after some of the younger guys there. We've got a few 20s playing for us. And he leads by example. That was a prime example before when he chased down the winger and dragged him into the sideline. But it's a good mate of Ryan Gundry's the coach. I think they played together at Burleigh. And also, I believe not many people would know this, but I think Powell played one NRL game for Newcastle Knights. So he's had a little bit of a taste of the NRL. So obviously he would have liked more, but. Them's the break sometimes. But it's great to see him come back to the grassroots and looking and helping out the young fellas here at Currumbin.
Certainly keeping it tight at the moment. As we said, it's just the one converted try that we've seen so far. As a quick run from Corey Morris, and now he manages to get it to Watt. It's Lachlan Watt with a show of speed. He's got plenty of support inside. It's ended up on the toe, and they've butchered that. That was went to Sam Meskel's feet, and he tried some Canberra Raider style stuff from Friday night, but it didn't quite work out for him. So again, another let off for Currumbin.
Yeah, wow, the speed down the sideline again. So I think that might have really highlighted that play that Pelletelese did, because it was Morris again getting down the sideline, and the speed that he showed was phenomenal. So, yeah, like you said, they tried to go the old Canberra Raiders soccer play that we saw. Worked really well for them on Friday night, but Tugun, they can't pull it off here today.
Well, they don't call him Slippery Morris for nothing, and I'd certainly think Ryan will be talking at half-time about the Currumbin left-hand side of defence. But here we go now with Lockie Smith.
Yeah, they've turned the table, so Smith Who was it got the offload? And Lockie Smith is still going, and now he's dragged down and over touch.
Yeah, good play on both sides of the field, so they've returned serve. Yeah, sorry, it was actually Lockie Watt who is in the number 2. He's got the blue headgear on for Tugun. I would have said the wrong name, apologies for that. But now it's Tugun who do the same thing. They really had to scramble to finish that play off. This is a really good battle between these two sides. The last 10 minutes of this match has been back and forth. No one can really take control of it at the moment.
Yeah, it's just a matter of completing here. Like both sides here have, produced errors. I don't think Clint or Ryan Gundry will be happy with the position at this stage. I think the team that holds on it the most in the second half will definitely come away with the win and complete their sets.
So here we go again. Tugun with the use of the football. Tim Cassidy pull down and play it around the centre of the park. And it was Jared Gill in particular showing good strength. Just forced the man back there in the tackle. Oh, and up quickly.
Gillum, number 13 for Currumbin. Good shot.
That one's missed from... Was that Pele again? Was it? Yes, it was. Pele, tell us how Pele Talisi, yeah.
Little bobble there. Went backwards was the call from the referee. Last tackle now.
It's Walker. He will run back up. It's a good chaser, and he's met strongly. He stopped quick. Red and white shirts still getting back now, and that is Luke Barry, who is on the field now for the hosts, playing the ball now. And Brock Stiles, I think we see as well, getting the use of the football. He's coming to the side today again. Quick run out for Allison. Oh, boom! Big one. Big shot.
Ethan Roberts, that's the second one. He was part of the first big hit that we saw a couple of tackles ago, so really turning it on, Roberts in defence.
Question about if there were arms in it or not, but the referee saw fit to let it go.
Oh, they're a bit tangled up here. Looks like a game of Twister out there. Legs all connected up. The referee gets them back on their feet and they roll the ball. They carry on here.
A slightly early kick, and it's going to end up behind Ramage, and will keep it in play. He's got no support, so he's going to have to do this on his own.
A good option from Tugun on that occasion when the early kick got over the head of Phil Ramage, out to turn and chase. They just couldn't quite get the angle to get the 40-20. There was good pressure coming from the kick as well. Coming in was Lachlan Watt, the speed man out there on the right-hand side. He missed the tackle. They cleaned up on the next one.
Does go to Pele Talisi at first receiver. Now again, they'll just try and work it laterally. Gillum drag down. They keep coming this way. Now they go to the air. In fact, that's out on the full. Quite.
Yeah, not really having a good day with the boot, Bailey Gill today. Couple gone dead. Finding the player instead of the ground. So I'm sure Gunge will have a few quiet words to Bailey at half time.
Again, we're already into the final 15 minutes of the half. Ball comes back inside. Decent shot. There's a little bit of niggle there in the ruck. Interesting set of speedos. Anyway, he had it out looking for the offload, but spilt it, did Cody Parsons. So Currumbin have a chance here, starting their own side of halfway. And work themselves into a good position again. Met solidly as Parsons. Was Allison rather, sorry.
Yeah, but Parsons, with making the tackle, him and Ethan Roberts are really turning it on. I think that's questioning whether they're going to come down their left-hand side of the field, Tugun, because every time they do, they're getting whacked at the moment.
Very much so. But a great try-saving tackle there by Josh Walker. Like, he read it very well and come in on the centre. So, yeah, did very well there.
Had to make it, didn't he? Because there was an overlap on this side, so it was a big tackle.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's towed in behind. It's going to get shepherded out in the end just.
Yeah, well played by Corey Morris then, just shepherding it over the line. Could have very, very easily been a drop out from under the sticks, but he shepherded it very well, and now they get a tap.
It's like Currumbin is almost poised to make something, but then we've got the constant threat of the Seahawks just breaking the line. We've seen that sort of pattern the last few minutes now as the men in blue try and work it up again. Probably just need to get a complete set and find some territory here and establish a foothold again. They've gone the early kick again from Corey Morris, which is going to turn Ramage all the way around back to near his goal line. And again, it's a decent chase. So he's pulled down about 15 out from his own line.
It's probably one of the main differences between the two teams is the kicking game off the early kick. Sorry, mate.
Yeah, turned over, just dropped clean, and then the big shot from Jared Gill with a firm tackle. But it is Tugun with another good chance. It's Norton with the offload, and now it's Ethan Roberts.
Yeah, they had hands all over the place there on that occasion, and definitely a penalty. Liam Thompson trying to plead his case to the referee, but yeah, just getting hands on the football. But just going back to the previous, I was just saying that the kicking game, Tugun are really making it stick off their early kicks, and they're getting defensive pressure, whereas Currumbin, they just can't find the kick. It's going too long, or they just can't find the mark at the moment.
Yeah, that's pretty much the difference of the game thus far. So, but they're hot on attack here.
Morris did get it away, so they'll come middle of the park. Meskel. It's sort of a netball pass there. In the end, it was conventional, but it worked. So Norton ends up with the ball. And now they will keep shifting it that way. They've almost numbered up. The offload does come. It's Lachlan Watt who couldn't hold it. So,
yeah, they just continue to ask the questions that they're really unstructured when they're down this end of the field. Sometimes it can work, but sometimes it can probably work against you as well. On this occasion, when they've been down here the last few sets, they've gone those extra pop passes and they don't seem to be able to stick. But they're catching the Currumbin side on the back foot still, aren't they? Absolutely.
Just sometimes that push of the pass, creates the error. So if they can keep that out of their game and play positive and that could be anything.
Oh, what's happened here? Repack the scrum. You can't win against a feed. Doesn't exist anymore, does it?
I think those days the hookers actually striking for the ball are gone, I think.
Yeah.
Bring back the Royce Simmons.
Oh, we need to bring it back. What's the point of having the scrum anymore?
Eagles still trying to work it up here. It's a decent hit there on Michael Gray.
Yeah, the crowd was screaming for a penalty there. It slipped up high. The referee was happy with the contact.
Thompson trying to draw one again. The kick has almost split fullback and winger, but the bounce favoured the Seahawks. So now Corey Morris is he's trying to slip out of it, but not quite. A tug on the jumper, and they get him down in the end.
You're not a bad option there from Baz, just to kick out of the dummy half rather than going to the half. So that was a good play there.
Oh,
Norton, he's got a couple of those lately. They're at the line quick on him.
and if it's been Ethan Roberts for Tugun, it's been Shane Gillam for Currumbin. He's made some really good tackles in the last few minutes.
Pickings for Ramage under the high ball, so that's got out by Josh Walker. Styles met. They put him down.
Locals are getting rowdy.
Very rowdy.
Tell you what, for late in the half, there's still some decent clashes of bodies out there as we see it again. They're putting everything into it at the moment. So get a rest in a few minutes, I guess. It's the last. They've gone near side. Dribbled in behind, and it's going to be shepherded touching goal again. So Morris just lets that one bounce over.
They've got to address the kicking game, don't they? There's just been way too many that have spilled over the in-goal area, and the amount of 7 tackle sets that they've given up in this first half would be a real highlighted area going into the halftime break.
Oh, absolutely. But the old oval ball, you don't always get the perfect bounce, but the bounce certainly hasn't gone Currumbin's way today with the kicks. But, maybe just a little bit of backspin or something like that might help.
The positivity, though, is they're only down by 6. It's 6-0. There's still 5 minutes or so left in the first half. But if they can just fine-tune those little parts of their game, they're definitely still in this match, no question.
Oh, without a doubt. We always knew it was going to be an arm wrestle against Tugun. So, it's a matter of being patient and we'll see what's happening here.
Threatening kick. It's ended up, it was Lockie Smith who just had to tow it over his own dead ball line. Levi Norton has stayed down on his haunches for Tugun, just back at the 40-metre line where he was tackled. So,
I know we've said it a few times. We keep harping on it, but that is the difference. That kick there from Mescal compared to what we just saw with Bailey Gill. Gills goes over the in-goal. That was inch perfect from Mescal. Beautiful kick.
Yep. And obviously back-to-back sets builds pressure. 5 minutes to go. I'm hoping it doesn't revert into points for the Eagles, but we're just going to have to defend, and the defence has been great over the last few weeks. We held Ormo to a nil scoreline, so I can see the boys holding them out.
Norton has come up with it now. So they kept the ball alive and gained about another 10 metres there. Now they look for an option. It's not quite as structured this time, but they've made their way well into Currumbin territory again. Corey Morris.
Yeah, knock on.
Dropped.
Yeah, it looked like he just had a little bobble. Looks like it might have come off one of the Currumbin players as he was coming into the line there. So they've gotten away with that, the Currumbin team. But good defence as well. Again, they were throwing quite a few things at them. They tried to attack down this short side, but they were well covered in defence there. It's a good job from the Eagles.
And that's been the beauty of this year with the Eagles. They're all playing for each other and defending for each other, and that's certainly what's helped the last few weeks. So, I've got a lot of confidence in the boys and their defence. So hopefully we get a bit more ball in the second half, and we can actually have some field position to score some points. Because it's certainly been all Tugun in this first half. They've had all the possession and all the territory. I think Currumbin have maybe had 2 or 3 sets in Tugun's 20 or 30 metre area, so that tells a tale of the game.
Lockie Smith being told to take it back a couple of steps, and again, the referee's not having that. Cross from underneath us of get him on side. Got some crowd referees. Per usual, they are actually a lot of them in front. In fact, raced up quickly. They got away with that one. I think it was the marker ended up making the first contact with the man with the ball. So Thompson is brought down just his side of halfway. And then Gill, Jared Gill. And it's the last already. Which way is this going? It's going through the hands. They're going to try and run this one. They found some space. Ken Allison. And then the kick over the top. Where's it going to fall? It's Morris. Did he mark that?
It's not rugby.
All good, but better option on that occasion. They've been going that kick trying to get into this right-hand corner. It hasn't been paying off from them. They go through their hands there. The winger was back. They created that overlap. Nice work there from Allison to get it off the left boot and curl it back in. Repeat set, next best option for the Currumbin side.
Not a bad AFL banana kick there, boys.
Beautiful.
At long last, we get a repeat set, so hopefully they can do something with this and get some points and go in maybe 6-all at half-time.
Yeah, just under 2 minutes to go on the clock as well, boys.
Thompson with a head of steam. Bailey Gill inside to Jared Gill, and then Ramage. Cut him down by the legs. One back inside. He was taken down. That was Harry Wecker.
Still going. Yeah, really close to the line here, Currumbin.
Right. And the little kick in was a man held
Ramage!
up. Who got there first? Or did it get to the dead ball first?
It looks like Luke Barry's been taken out of play. Could be the player in the sin bin here.
Yeah, this is going to be a big call.
Could it be a penalty try?
Well, I was just about to ask the question. He's certainly been on the play at it.
Bit like our last state of
There we
origin.
go. Yeah, he's gone. So definitely taken off the ball was the... Yeah, I don't know whether they could give the penalty try. The kick came across and we saw Ramage going in after it, but there was definitely some impediment in the ruck as the ball was being kicked.
That could be interesting, especially at the early stages of the second half, being down to 12 men.
Wait. You got nothing there.
So what are they going to do? Are they going to take a tap? Or are they going to go for the 2 points? They're going to go for a tap.
All early, Pete, all early.
So, one last chance for the Eagles in this first half.
No.
Oh, coughed up by Brock Stiles.
Yeah, they certainly didn't want that.
It's a big play going. Sorry to cut you off. It's a big play going into the halftime break. They go over there. The momentum you can get off a try leading right before that halftime hooter is it can be the difference, can't it?
Oh, absolutely. What do? Do you go the 2 points, or it was certainly the right option to go for a try, especially being down 12 players. But yeah, once again, drop ball, incomplete. So they'll be disappointed with that, Currumbin. But still, as I said before, with all the possession and territory that you can have, and some of the missed chances, it could very easily be 18-0. So I think Ryan will be quite happy to go in only 6-0 down and, address them at half-time and turn it all around. Just while we're cutting off at half-time, I just special mention to Mara Ford from The Social Effect, big sponsor of ours. Here we go.
Oh, this player's been taken off the ball all over the place.
If he gets away.
Oh, it's a terrible kick. They're still going here, Tugun. Oh, well, that was an entertaining finish to the end of the half there. Wow.
Definitely.
They've each had 2 uses of the football after that incident just then when Currumbin got us underway again. So, ironically, it's been a frantic first half, but we only have the one try to show for it in the end. So it's the visitors, the Tugun Seahawks, that will go in 6 points to the good at Galleon Way against the Currumbin Eagles. So we thank Aaron Whittaker for joining us for this first half so far. We're about to take a break and we'll be back shortly on Bar TV Sports for the second half at Galleon Way.
Appreciate it.
Welcome back to this Gold Coast Rugby League A-grade match of the round for round 11. We're at Galleon Way. It's tightly poised on the table between our hosts this afternoon, the Currumbin Eagles and the Tugun Seahawks. It's tightly poised on the scoreboard as well. It's the visitors by just a converted try as we're about to start the second half. We've got the under-8s just underneath our commentary position who have just been entertaining us at half-time, but the big boys are about to get started again for this second half. Daniel Herrero and Scott McKenzie with you for the call this afternoon. So we just wait a handful of moments. In fact, we're waiting for the referees to come back out as well. I think everyone's ready. Except for they. This is interesting.
Where are the refs?
Yeah, I've only just noticed that there's no one with the whistle.
Someone needs to get the call out to the boys. We might just get it underway without them. What do you reckon? There's not many. I don't think I've ever seen a game where we've been waiting for the referees to come out on the field. It's outrageous.
I've seen every now and then waiting for the ball.
Yeah.
Not so much this sport, but others I've called. But no, this is...
There we go. Even the PA man, he's not happy. Referees to the field, he says. I'm sure the locals are going to give him a generous welcome when they enter back onto the field out here. But, yeah, good first half, as you said, and it is a reflection, I think, of where the two teams sit on the table, as you made mention, third and fourth going into this match. Both teams really couldn't quite grab the stranglehold of the match. Oh, the crowd goes wild as the three referees get back onto the field.
I don't think the referees have ever been given a bigger cheer.
No.
During a game of footy.
So, yeah, it's going to be a really interesting second half here to see which one of these two sides can grab the stranglehold of this match. Tugun, rightfully so, with the 6-point lead. Probably the better of the two teams as the kickoff gets underway, but we know what Currumbin have. It's going to be a great second half.
It just ends up dribbling down to them. The Eagles working this one first. I think it was Michael Gray that was tackled with it. So now it's Jared Gill that runs it out. Not lacking for size in the front row, are they? Currumbin. And, of course, Tugun making do for the first 8 and a bit minutes of this half with 12 men after that late sin bin that we saw in the first half. So the numerical advantage is with the men in red and white. And they'll get a bit more of an opportunity now to see if they can capitalise on that and get their first points of the game. It's a bit of an early kick. They're going to get run back on side. Oh, they were waiting.
Well, I think
I'm not sure what that was about. They're just standing off.
Well, it looked like it was Corey Morris actually.
Yeah.
I think he might have been taking control because he mustn't have realised the referees have made their way out onto the field. There was a player, I think, called offside there from Currumbin, Luke Barry, and he was just basically telling him, "You're offside, mate. You can't tackle me."
It's just when you run it straight into him, don't you? Speaking of running it straight into him, that's a decent run from Nick Harold. And again, it's another early kick, and it's allowed to go over the head of Ramage. He's got time to wait and pick it up. There was nearly a mix-up between he and I think that was Josh Walker down there. So it's Walker that has it now. Yep, he's looking for an offload. It's been knocked out, I think, and then has it gone forward? Yes, it has. So it's been knocked out by, I think, a Tugun player, and then not gathered up. It might have been Bailey Gill that was trying to throw a mitt out at it, but couldn't haul it in. So Tugun in a decent spot.
It was really clunky from the kick. It looked a lot harder than what it really needed to be. Ramage, it almost looked like he could have taken that on the full, but it just went over his head and bounced. Then all of a sudden, Josh Walker came in as well, almost picked the football up. Ramage dishes to Walker. He gets in the tackle there, and just the pressure coming in from the Tugun defence, pops the ball out. It goes forward. They knock on. It's going to be a scrum feed here in really good field position to Tugun.
So this is Morris. Back inside Lillis.
Oh, good contact there from Gray.
Jacob Grant, and then throws it back in for Tim Cassidy.
gone
Lost
against
the ball,
Tugun
has he?
here.
Yeah.
Off the ball hit by 12. To 12. I'm hitting the guy off the ball. He doesn't need to.
Ah, okay, so
He's hit the ball. He's hit him. Didn't need to do it.
Yeah, interesting call. So just tuning into the referee as that call was coming through. Hit off the ball, number 12 there for Tugun. So Rory Lillis, couldn't say I saw it myself, but the referee was Johnny on the spot, saw something off the ball and the penalty going against Tugun in possession.
Wait on the line.
that's kind of the pattern again. Tugun getting into a good position, having a couple of runs of the ball and then giving it away in some way, shape or form. And letting Currumbin off the hook. We've seen that a few times. Liam Thompson now for the Eagles with the ball.
Right side, Pete.
So, you know, it's been close. Tugun's had the run of it, but they've just been keeping Currumbin in the game a bit as well. And that pattern is continuing into the second half already. Currumbin with Michael Gray. Makes a few more metres, nearly to the opposition 40-metre line. Are they going to go the early kick? No, they're just going to keep running it this time. It's taken into contact. This will be the last tackle for the Eagles. And this one goes high.
14's got to give Ped.
And it's allowed to bounce. Oh, it's still allowed to bounce. It's all over the shop in the end. It is collected by a Seahawk. That was very strange. No one wanted it. That was it?
Yeah, Tim Cassidy,
I think,
yeah, really interesting. Good kick there from Bailey Gill on that occasion. Went really skywards up into the air.
Now watch, scoots out down the short side.
Oh, does a good job to stay in field. Yeah, the kick, and then all of a sudden it bounced towards or away from Tugun, and Cassidy just falls into his hands in the end. So good kick there from Gill, but doesn't come off from Currumbin.
Not quite. Now they try and spread it. Norton is met by Gray. They still go that way. Warboys, who got it away. He's back with it again. Isaac Warboys still going. Takes it into a good area, but that was the last.
Yeah, didn't mind that though from Tugun. They threw the ball and tried to exploit down that left-hand side. They still finished their set in really good field position, so not a bad option there from Tugun. They almost caught them napping. Allison coming in the line, almost picked off an intercept. But Tugun again, that's probably the next best option for them, just to finish their set right down in Currumbin territory.
I'll let him off the hook because we've actually got the ref's audio again at the moment. I didn't even notice it was the last. So we still going. Keeping it alive was Lockie Smith. And still, now finally they bring him to ground.
Yeah, good run from Smith.
Gillam
He's lost it. Yeah. No, I think it's a good call. The ref for the home crowd here, they're not too happy. They must have thought there was something else in the play, but it was pretty much right in front of us here in the commentary box from where we were standing. It just looked like good contact in the tackle and the ball just popped out. So again, just neither side can really grab their hands on this match and take control at the moment. Errors are costing both sides. We made mention quite a few times in the first half, whoever can really just complete their sets and mount the pressure on, I think it's going to go a real long way to win this match.
So a chance for Tugun again to use the ball now. It was Roberts that was met with the ball. They come back in now with Josh Harvey. This one goes through the hands. It's come back in for Cassidy. Harvey pulled down. Fifth tackle now. This time it will go on the boot. It's gone up high. It might be long. It's in fact just come down just before the goal line. They're going to try and hem Currumbin in here.
Again, really good kick there from Mescal. Put it up high, and it was caught, like you said, right on the in-goal line there. So perfect kick again, and they've just got to put some pressure on as we hear. There's only 1 more minute left for Tugun to hold on, and their player will be back on the field, and they'll get their full complement back. Great hit. Who else again? Parsons coming in from that left edge. Great shot from Parsons, and again, they follow it up nicely, Tugun. Gill looks to go down the short side, and he spilt it. So another mistake from Currumbin. So Tugun will get the ball back, but great defence on that previous set from the Tugun side.
There's that Cody Parsons, who is back in 3 today. We've seen him play. In fact, he was initially named when we saw the teams during the week with 12 on his back, and he plays on the wing as well, so he's certainly versatile, showing some great steel in defence.
Oh, he's been one of their best for sure throughout this match. You can see we've caught him numerous times in defence as Ethan Roberts comes back onto the field for Tugun. But his runs have been super impressive as well. When he tucks the ball under his wing, his post-contact meters have been really good. He gets them going forward on the front foot, so he's been great in this match.
Morris, loose one, it's been swooped on, and they're going to run this one over. The Currumbin Eagles, they're going to have the equaliser. He's slowing up, is Josh Walker, but he just trots it over and puts it under the red dot in the end, and Currumbin are back in this.
Oh, can you believe it? Just completely something out of nothing there. Pushed that final pass there, Tugun. It wasn't on, and it just goes straight into the hands of Josh Walker. Open space in front of him. Didn't even really have to get out of second gear on that occasion. We know he's got plenty of toe. If he needed to go, he probably still would have got there in the end. But yeah, wow, that's all it takes for Currumbin to get themselves back into the match. They're going to have a conversion right in front of the sticks, and we're going to be level.
With the first try scoring double, it's home side 5, away side 8, home side 5, away
just
side
like
8.
that. He had so much time that he could just walk it over. It was so casual, I almost thought that there was an infringement being called that I hadn't actually spotted. But no, it is 4 points to 6, and it will soon be 6 all, you would have to think. I think Phil Ramage almost be harder to miss from here.
Yeah, he'll knock this one over, Ramage. Actually like his kicking style when he's this close in front. He actually just gets the old sand wedge out and just chips it over the top. Doesn't do any more than what he needs to do. Off the left boot. So let's see if Phil can knock this one over. Think. And conversion successful. So we are locked up. And there's still plenty of time left on the clock. We're under the half an hour, about 28 minutes, 28 and a half in the second half. So this really opens up the game now. Both sides locked up at 6 tries apiece. But the try there coming against the grain for Currumbin. They've just got to look to get themselves back into the game, get their kicking game back in order, complete their sets of 6 and try to put some pressure back onto Tugun. We know with their unstructured play, they can come up with tries out of nothing, as well as this kick is going to go over the sideline. Out on the full, so exactly what Tugun didn't need to do. They've done it from the kick-off, and they've opened the door back up here for Currumbin.
It wasn't even close either. It nearly made the fence on the full.
Yeah, it was interesting because he didn't go for distance as well, and it just came across on this right-hand side of the field. Yeah, not a great restart. And Currumbin, they kick it out over the sideline, and they're going to restart play here right on the 30-metre line.
Big chance for Currumbin now. They've been given a couple of breaks here. Can they take control of this match? It has been a low-scoring affair so far. It's Liam Thompson that plays the ball. Run through, that was Pelletella,
yeah,
who's lost it. And so again, we've seen both of them now in promising positions just cough up the pill and let them off the hook. And it's happened again. Tugun got away with one.
Here we go.
Scooting out a dummy half. I think that was Johnstone.
Yeah, great run there from half. Really caught the markers napping.
Here's Ethan Roberts, who's back on the field now. He's looking for an offload. It has
lost it too.
Come away in the end, but it's counted as a knock-on.
And the mistakes, I'd hate to see the completed sets from both sides. Have been pretty poor throughout the match, unfortunately. And we saw it down the other end. Jake Leeson just throwing the flat ball, and Pele couldn't reel that one in. Tough ball to get with the defence right up on Pele on that previous play. And then again, they couldn't get the momentum from that great run out of dummy half. They just needed a quick roll ball and to try to continue on there, Tugun, but they tried to force the play. And they forced Roberts back in the tackle as he was trying to offload. So, again, they relieve the pressure, and Currumbin, they're going to feed the ball here just shy of the 40-metre line.
You think, and we don't know what was said at half-time, but you think there'd be something that's said for just playing a couple of simple sets and just grinding out some territory, because we've just seen the ball turned over so much. You just keep it in the hand, keep it simple for a few minutes and see where that gets you. Nathaniel Swain is running that one up in jersey number 16. In fact, I've got the wrong side of my team sheet again. It's Harrison Wecker, of course. Now Pele, who he nearly dropped that one as well. He pulled it back into the breadbasket in the end.
He did a good job to hold on to that. It was down around his knees.
Sure did. Little kick in. It bounces well for Morrison. In fact, he's nearly slipped out of him. They hauled him in the end.
Well, he's dangerous every time he gets the football. He's done a great job out the back in this match, Corey Morris. That was a better kick there from Jake Gleeson, though. Just a little one off the toe down there, but they've got to get their boys in front when Corey Morris is getting the ball. He's dangerous on those kick returns.
Norton met by Gray. We've seen that contest a few times between those two. They seem to have magnets for each other. Now they've tried to split them. It's not a bad kick if it holds up. And
great kick.
Looks like this one will. And again, it's a really good chase to consolidate it as well. He's met firmly by Grant and Cassidy, although he's got out of it now. And it's Watt. And in the end, we are just going to play the ball again, are we?
Yeah, they just got a little
yeah.
over-vigorous coming forward. Josh Walker. So referees telling him to go back to the mark. But again, Mescal's kicking game's been superb throughout this match. Nice run there, almost breaking through the defence. It's been the real difference between the two sides.
Pele Telese.
Yeah, good run from Pele.
It's a booming kick this time, although it's into the breadbasket of Morris, and he evades a couple, and then he's met hard by Gray. He wasn't getting any further.
Yeah, that's a tough end there, running into Mick Gray, but he's beaten the first defender pretty much every time he gets the football. So he's just getting those extra couple of metres, and they all count. But Tugun, probably noticeably in the last few minutes, they've got hands on hips. They're really sucking it in and doing the hard work here, Tugun. That's forward. Yeah, it was dead in line with this right here. The touchy was in front of us, no doubt, and was forward out of the hands from the start. And again, another mistake. And they're going to give real good field position here to the Currumbin side. They're going to feed the scrum just over the halfway line.
Again, I don't know about you, but we're almost in the final quarter of this game already, and it feels like we've only just come back on for the second half. So
you're 100%
that
right.
probably explains why they're sucking them in, as you just made the observation. It's been an intense first, 17 and a half minutes to this second half. Currumbin with the use of the ball again and again. It's Gray. He's doing a lot of work in attack and defence. for the Eagles this afternoon, Jared Gill. Oh, bumps one off. Get out of the way.
Yeah, poor old Will Johnston there, getting knocked into the next postcode. Might have been back towards Tugun. Good contact again over the top.
Pelletelese has managed to drag them a few more metres forward. Forward for him. And now they spread it wide and they've left it behind again.
Yeah, they played it out the back on that occasion. Didn't go with the short ball, fired it out towards Ken Allison on that occasion, but the final pass, it just went behind Allison. He couldn't reel it back in. It looked like Tugun might have had them for numbers out on that right-hand edge of the field. But again, it's just errors that are costing the Currumbin side. But on the flip side, Tugun, they've been coming up with plenty of their own as well. So, yeah, we've made mention quite a few times throughout the call. If one of these two teams can just look to complete their sets, I think they're going to go the right way about trying to secure this one. 20 minutes still left in the second half here. Let's see what Tugun do. Great run as it breaks out of the first tackle. Still going. Still fighting in the tackle. They finally come over the back.
Ethan Roberts with some
unbelievable.
Great work there. He's really got them on the front foot in this set now. And a chance maybe to consolidate. Blake Zillman. Now Harold. This is better. It is again. Josh Harvey is taken down. They've really eaten up the metres in this set and put themselves in a good position. This is the last. Now a little grubber is looking for the post. There might be too much on it. There is just a little bit too much.
Yeah, woo. That was a nervous moment there for Ramage at the back. Johnston just putting a nice little kick on the toe from acting half. And just that one roll too much, but Ramage did a really good job. Cool head at the back. Lets it roll over in a 7 tackle set here to Currumbin.
It's Wecker. And Gleeson gets out of the tackle. Jake Gleeson, he's going to try and go on his own. He wasn't. Are they pulling?
No.
They've given it up again. Josh Campbell. He knows it.
That might be a huge moment in the match. Great work there from Gleeson. I know he's got the 6 on his back this week. He's played a lot in the back row as well. He looks better when he's got the ball just tucked under the arm, and that's exactly what he did there. And just losing it to Campbell from half. It's like the ball's got detergent on it or something today. There's perfect conditions. It's dry as the ground is a really fast track as well. I don't know why there's been so many mistakes, unfortunately, throughout this match. But, yeah, that was really unfortunate from Josh Campbell. They had him on the back foot, and it was all off the back of that great run from Jake Gleeson.
So again, it's Tugun coming out of their half again. Blake Zillman playing the ball. It's come out at the moment. That was Josh Harvey, just in front of our Bar TV camera. Meskel takes it to ground himself. Kick through from Warboys. Ramage is gonna pick it up. He's gonna have to take this one up on his own. Just trying to find some space out wide. Not quite, but Smith managed just to scrounge a few more metres. There's a better run from Gill.
Yeah, high shot here. And the boys are into it.
Leave it. You got the penalty, Currumbin. Leave it.
Yeah, the referee just pulls them apart here. So, yeah, just a high shot. Didn't look too vicious, but it's definitely crept up. It was well over the shoulder, so good call from the referee. And the Currumbin side just coming in after the penalty was given.
Yeah, it's just a throw of the ball, that was it.
Yeah, so you can just hear one of the players might have thrown the ball at another player, just got the boys riled up, but nice kick over there from Bailey Gill. This is going to put them in a really good field position here.
Corey, kick that ball off.
Just waiting for the extra ball on the field, and then we'll get underway. The Eagles were certainly keen. We're going to have another take at this. Now we go. And it's Gray. Goes near side for Allison. Oh, he's putting the touch. And again, it's wasted. They're just asking too much early in the set there.
Yeah, they're really frustrated with themselves. I was a bit dubious of why they would have gone down that right-hand side so early in the tackle count. I know Ken Allison's one of their strike players, and they've been obviously trying to work him into the game, but they were completely manned up down that side of the field. There wasn't much room to move, and they just got bodies into the tackle and just drag him over the sideline. The errors in a match where you're trying to work yourself, well, they have worked themselves back in. It is 6-all on the scoreboard, but when you're trying to take the game and get back in front, yeah, it just wasn't the right play there from Currumbin. They've turned the ball over. It's disappointing.
It's probably worth making the point at some stage pretty soon that it's 2 competition points each for the draw. 3 for the win, 1 for the loss. So at the moment, that would put Currumbin up to 24 and Tugun up to 23 if it stays as is on the ladder. So they would be, well, Currumbin would be no better than level with Southport, and they're playing Ormo at the moment. And I have no idea what the score is, Abby, to think Southport were favourites going into it. It's still a quarter of an hour to play, and as we've seen from that Currumbin try earlier, it can change pretty quickly. Nah. Again, this is a wobbly old kick, so it's presenting a little bit of a challenge for Ramage.
Well, they at least completed their set there, Tugun. They didn't get too much purchase off the kick, but they got it down the other end, and now they've got to turn the screws and really aim up here defensively. We're under 15 minutes left in this match, and both sides have really struggled to score tries throughout the game. I think the field goal might start to come in sooner rather than later. That might be the difference that splits the two teams in the end. We'll have to see. Here we go, penalty. Oh, it's gone the other way. Well, this is going to be an interesting call. Oh, an elbow is the call, so Palatalisi a little bit over-vigorous as they try to get away with the quick tap there, Corey Morris. So, yeah, so the call from the referee there, just a few elbows from Palatalisi, deliberate elbows, so got to keep that in control, and that is a coach killer. You don't want to give away penalties when in possession of the football, and this has opened up a real big opportunity here for Tugun.
You mentioned the field goal. The Eagles have kicked one this year, but that was Curtis Dark back in, it must have been round 5, because that's where they got the odd score against Runaway Bain. Of course, he's not in the team today, so it'd have to be someone else if it is. At Tugun, well, they're kind of in that position now, aren't they? Did they set for it? Not yet. Going to go the other way. Now it's going to come back inside. It was Nick Harold. Got pulled down around the torso. Again, they're just shifting it side to side. We've seen a bit of that. They're looking for an opening somewhere. It's not quite coming yet. Oh,
wow.
Penalty. All right.
Well, that answers the question
you
anyway.
going over?
Well, the field goal's out of it now. But I think they have to take the 2. We can see the trainer coming on with the kicking tee. That's a pretty good indication that they're going to do it. But they had to, like we said, tries have been like chasing gold so far throughout this match, but no team has really been able to get one on. So when points are available to you, you had to take the 2 on that occasion.
It'll be Mescal who's got it just about on the mark of where the offence took place. It's he's not quite in front, but it should be a fairly straightforward kick from here, and there's barely a breath of wind around at the moment as well. Not that it should trouble him from that position. All good. And the Seahawks nose back in front with about 11 and a half to go. It is 6 points, plays 8 at Galleon Way. As we move into the dying stages of this round 11 fixture.
Yeah, so that might prove a big penalty that the Currumbin side's given away in the end. Still plenty of time left on the match. Under 11 minutes left to go here. And then we know the way that Currumbin got their try previously. We came off a mistake. Good work there from the kickoff. So still plenty of time here for the home side to get themselves into the match.
Again, the importance here of just completing the set and getting the ball back up the park. And they're doing a pretty good job of that so far. It's flicked back inside. It's Blake Zillman. And again, they'll go the slightly early kick. We've seen a bit of that. Ramage almost gets himself into a tangle, but he makes good in the end. Don't milk it's the call from the referee there. He's certainly trying. Wrapped up was Lachlan Smith. We've got Lachlan's in both number 2s this afternoon. Plenty of them offside. They've gone up early. They still go along. Oh, good ball away. And now they've slipped one wide. Now there's a chance. It's kicked ahead. Oh, and it's collected bravely by Morris.
Well, that's a huge play there. Yeah,
he's worn that one in the rib cage.
Oh, mate, yeah, I wouldn't blame him for taking up. Puts his body on the line as he has all game. Corey Morris. Nice work, though, from Currumbin. They found some space down that right-hand side of the field. They kick back on the inside. Morris just screams up out of the fullback position. Dives onto the football, heavy contact. Takes a chance to grab a quick drink. But great work there from Corey Morris. Might be a huge moment in the match.
Oh, they're asking the question. No, we're just going to play the ball again.
It was a really slow roll ball. When I saw the referee pull it up, I thought there might have been a penalty coming, but just tells them to roll it again.
Not quite. Rory Lillis draws 3. Put him on his back. And Josh Harvey stopped him in his tracks. Oh, too much on that.
Yeah, I think he was looking for the sideline. Couldn't get the angle right on that one. It goes dead. So they're going to get 7 tackles. They've just got to get down the other end of the field on this set. This is a really good opportunity for them, Currumbin. They are sucking the big ones in as well. Look at the big boys. They're really compressed at the moment.
Should be. There's some blokes out there that are pulling a pile of work this afternoon. It's Brock Stiles who was trying to spin out of it, but not quite. Oh, Messi played the ball. No, we've got a pen, though.
This is a big moment.
Relieving penalty for the Eagles.
Yeah, big moment here for Currumbin. Gill sends it over the sideline, so they'll get back underway here on the 40. 6 tackles up their sleeve.
This is a big set.
Huge set in the match.
7.5 minutes to go. 2 points of deficit. Pelatelese. Decent ball here. That was Ramage that ended up with it in the end. Back inside Gill. Jared Gill almost through. Loose ball. We go on. Pelatelese. He's dropped it. Clean drop, says the referee.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate because he's had such a good game. He's really put his hand up to do a lot of the hard work, but it's a couple of errors, unfortunately, from Pelatelese in this match. Well, they almost got him off the previous play. It's one that they've run quite a few times throughout the match. They come out towards the short side, switch the play back in, and then they've got a straight runner coming back in off the switch. And they found a little space there, got a nice quick roll ball, but just lost their way. They probably need their halves to stand up in that occasion, demand the football and take control. And unfortunately, again, another error in really good field position. Gives the ball back to Tugun. They've got a lot of work to get down the other end of the field now.
Watt. They forced him back. Not sure what Morris was doing there, but anyway. Oof. That one. Zillman had to pull it back in. Still.
He did a good job to recover and keep the legs pumping there, get him an extra couple of metres.
Again, the early kick with the wingers not quite back, but Ramage was across to it. He read it well. Now Lachlan Smith, a little shimmy in his step, but he's not going to find a way through there. There's a tangle of bodies. It's Ramage from dummy half. And then
here we go.
Walker. Josh Walker still through them. Steps around him. Josh Walker. They're not going to catch him. And Josh Walker scores in the corner. And Currumbin are back in front with less than 5 to go.
Wow, can you believe it? Again, just something out of nothing, but it's got to come back to the previous set. They did a really good job defensively, the Currumbin side, to keep Tugun down as far as what they did. The kick didn't really get too much purchase off it. On tackle 1, they rolled it on the 40-metre line, and Tugun's defence was just scrambled all over the park. Just a nice little connection of passes, and again, if there's one man you want to get the football in his hands in broken field play, it's Josh Walker. Soon as he got through the line, there was no stopping him. Wow. Needed that try, perfect timing, and for the first time in the match, Currumbin are in the lead.
As you alluded to, it was Josh Walker capitalising on a mistake for the Eagles' first try of the match, and now he's made something out of nothing, and they have their noses, they have their beaks in front at Galleon Way.
Battle of the Birds out here too.
Say, yeah. Oh, Eagles versus Seahawks. And a challenging kick for Phil Ramage. The carrot here is if he lands this again, the penalty is out of play, and it's going to have to be a 4-pointer that Tugun going to have to go after. We called time off now. Scoreboard attendant has stopped the clock for the time being up there.
Yeah, but you're 100% right, Dan. This is a big kick in the scheme of things. If he can slot this one over, and he's right here on the left-hand side, but if he slots it over, it forces Tugun to have to score a try. If there are any chance of leveling it back up, here we go. Ramage comes into the ball now.
Clean strike, is it? Oh, it's hit the post.
Wow, so the door is still slightly ajar here for Tugun. Well, it's definitely ajar. They're only down by 2. Coming off the post, looked good, and it was just curling away late, and Ramage couldn't slot it over. So, well, 3 minutes on the clock. It is game on for sure.
And interesting, it's a slightly shorter kick. It was neither here nor there, but they do come up with it. And then inside. Oh
my God.
Could you believe it?
Oh, well, that is unbelievable. The kick off the boot, the short kick off, it looked like it was too long for sure. But Cassidy came in, got the ball off the bounce, connected up nicely, but the flick pass from who else? Corey Walker goes over and they dive. Oh, that is unbelievable football from Tugun. Great work there, and they're back in front.
It was a kick. I was about to say it's neither here nor there, but then it was allowed to bounce.
It was a bludger of a kick, let's be honest. It was a bludger. It just wobbled, it went up in the air, but the bounce was absolutely perfect. And sometimes just the bounce of the footy, the luck is going your way. But they put themselves in a position to be able to get it back. That was the best thing. Off the kick, it didn't look all that good, but they still chased it down, managed to get the bounce. Good support play back on the inside, but that final flick pass, all or nothing play, caught off the fingertips and dives over. Amazing try there from Tugun.
So that was less than 2 minutes of game time that Currumbin had the lead, just when we thought they'd snatched it. And the pendulum has swung back the other way so dramatically.
Well, it's unbelievable, Dan. For 70 minutes of this match, to be honest, there hasn't really been too much going on. Both sides have been going back and forth. No one could really grab the stranglehold of the match. And then within the last 2 minutes, all of a sudden, the sparks have ignited. Currumbin score and Tugun hit them straight back. Unbelievable. So on the flip side, like we said before, this is a huge kick here for Tugun. If he slots this one over, that puts them up in front of 4. Here he goes. The touchies raise it. Wow, huge kick from the sideline out there. You got Sam Eskel slotting that one over. Massive kick. So we saw Tugun go short off the previous one. We know Currumbin are going to go short here themselves. Do they get the rub of the green? Do they get the bounce like Tugun did on the previous set? Here we go.
It does go short. It's almost regathered. I think that was forward off White, was it? Yes, it was. So Tugun will have this one again anyway. And now they just need to be mistake-free, although that's a bit easier said than done this afternoon. Well, the Eagles will want to make a hurry up of trying to set this scrum just so we get time off. There it is, with exactly 30 seconds according to the scoreboard to go.
They just have to hold the football. Nothing silly. They've really got to secure it. You'll see here that the Currumbin players will try to get in there and try to reef the football out to try to get that one-on-one strip. It's really their only chance to get the football back unless Tugun somehow come up with a mistake. With 30 seconds left on the clock, they just got to hold the football here, Tugun.
Oh, broken through. No way. They're going to finish this off in style, are they? Oh, he's been ankle tapped. It was Macaulay Dawson.
He's lost it.
What else could happen in this match?
I can't believe it. They're trying to pack the scrum here. There's still 10 seconds left on the clock. Can they get in? The referee calls time off now. Well, from the scrum, just absolutely nothing happening. And Cassidy just gets through the line. But the chase there from Lockie Smith. Oh, he got the ankle tap. Huge play. And loses the ball as he's going over the line. I can't believe what has happened in the last 5 minutes of this match. It's been absolute entertainment. And that could have been the chance to ice it. They're going to have to come up with an absolute miracle here. These are the plays that you run at training to see for these type of moments. If there's something, there might have to be a kick. I'm not too sure what they're going to come up with here, but it's going to have to be a special play if there are any chance of getting a try off this scrum.
We are literally seconds away from the hooter sounding. This might be the last chance. It's loose. Now they've got to try and keep this alive. They're going to have to go coast to coast if they do it. The kick comes in. It's regathered. I think we've got a knock on for someone. We do. And that is going to be the end of it. 5 minutes of madness at Galleon Way to finish off this match. We thought with just over 10 minutes to go that Tugun had the penalty that might be decisive, but then Josh Walker changed all that, and then it changed again straight from the kickoff. An extraordinary end to this game. So it's Tugun that get it done in the end with the 2 converted tries and a penalty. It's 14 points for the visitors against Currumbin's 10, with Josh Walker getting a couple of tries. Ramage with 1 out of 2 from the boot.
That's a really good win from Tugun, and that keeps their momentum going on. I think that might be 3 on the trot now for the Tugun Seahawks, and also a draw a few rounds ago against the top side as well. So they're positioning themselves really nicely in this competition. But yeah, unbelievable. I can't wait to go home and just watch the last 5 minutes again. That short kickoff and the try that they came up with, well, that's what won it for them in the end. But Currumbin, they should hold their heads up high. They've been going really well over the last few weeks as well. They just get pipped at the post from just rugby league gods shining on Tugun. I think there wasn't too much that they could do, but they put a really good performance in here as well today.
So Tugun set to move up to 3rd on the competition ladder in the QTOP Rugby League Gold Coast A grade. They'll probably place themselves just behind Southport, pending the result of the other matches taking place this afternoon. But at Galleon Way, that's just about all we've got time for. Thanks to Scott McKenzie for joining me, and also to Aaron Whitaker earlier, who provided some comments for us during the first half. I'm Daniel Herrera on behalf of the team at Bar TV. Thanks for joining us. We hope to have your company again next time. Bye for now.